Absolutely. So when you've moved to America, talk us through that, because I mean, as a as a teenager, I mean, did your family move with you? Did you move on your own? How was
No,
that experience?
oh, no, I went on my own. So it was a great experience, and I would 100% recommend it to any young golfer that aspires to go to America. If you think it's scary, yeah, it might be scary for the first bit, but everyone else is in the same boat as you.
Yeah,
Everyone's come from different parts of America, different parts of the world, and you're all there together. And the support system in the American colleges is so great. Like, they're there to help you.
yeah.
And yeah, they're really great, and I definitely recommend it for sure. No, I loved it. Have made friends that I still talk to now.
And was it Oregon University that you moved to? Is that right?
Yeah, so I went to
Oregon
Oregon
State.
State for my first year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the coach that recruited me there, she got fired.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so then the new coach that got brought in, she had a big clean out of the team. So I think she sent four players home. Like, she
Oh,
said,
wow.
you're off the team. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was one of those players. So I was then recruited to Ole Miss, which was a major upgrade because it's an amazing school.
Okay. Oh, so it's
Yeah.
actually worked out the better for you then, the fact that
Oh,
happens.
1,000%. Like, I wouldn't have asked for it to work out any other way. Yeah.
So with regard to when you moved to college then, what were you studying as well as playing golf?
I think I changed my major 6 times. Like, you on the outside it looks like so fabulous, but on the inside, like, no. I went from business, I went from hospitality management, I went from I think I did some yoga classes. Not that it's a major, but that was a class that I did.
Yeah.
And then I finally settled on journalism.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So in
So
terms of the
yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was good.
in terms of the golf itself, you've obviously mentioned already that you had some successes there. Just talk us through your journey, because obviously, again, I'm sure playing from New Zealand and moving to the US, and I suppose virtually playing, full time. How did that one impact your game, and two, in terms of the competitive nature of your golf game? Would you say that there are any particular things that sort of developed from there, or any particular experiences that's put you in a great position to sort of kick on beyond college golf? How would you describe that?
Yeah, so gosh, professional golf is, in my opinion, was very different from college golf.
Yeah.
College golf is very team orientated, and professional golf, you're out there for you, and you're out there playing for money so you can keep going and keep getting status. If you have a bad week, like, it kind of means that it's a big deal. But if you have a bad week in college golf, you just try again the following week. I would say, like, China, I spent a full year in China playing, and the competitiveness over there was amazing. The girls are awesome. Like, they have, that tour is just run so well, and I honestly, I couldn't believe that there weren't any more Americans playing on it, because I'm like, this is so, like, they're playing just as much, if not more, over there on the compared to this Metro tour.
Yeah.
But I didn't play great, if I'm being honest, but it taught me a lot about my game, and it taught me a lot about playing professionally and playing week in and week out. And that's the important part for a professional golfer, right? Like, your game needs to be so just solid that even if your B or C game, you can still put 4 scores up on the scoreboard and make the cut. It's just a whole learning process, and you just have to accept you're not going to play great all the time, and you can't let that mentally bog you down.
Yeah. So at what point did you move to China then? Was that your first step after college golf? What was your path once you graduated?
Yeah, so I finished college. Yeah, so I finished college golf in May 2018, and I originally wanted to stay over in America and get internships and work.
Yeah.
And then my dad said, "No, like Laura, if you want to play professionally, I'll fund you." So I think May, June, July, so that 6 months later, I decided to go play Q school in China, and I played really well. I placed in the top 20 and got my full status over there. Yeah. And just ended up playing in China for the remainder of 2019. Back and forth, obviously. You can't, gosh, I could not spend more than 4 weeks in China. I can just go back and forth.
So how did it, you mentioned obviously there were many players of other nationalities there. So I take it the majority, was it predominantly Chinese? Was there a mixture of Korean? What was the sort of the demographic like of that particular tour?
There were there were 2 from Australia, and then there was me and my friend Hani. She is Korean, but she's born and bred in New Zealand. And then the rest were from Japan, China, Vietnam. Taipei, is that a place?
Chinese Taipei, but a predominantly Asian source. So essentially what you're saying is obviously certainly a lack of Europeans, certainly a lack of American golfers.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything different in terms of the approach to golf? Because I know culturally, certainly when you look at Korean players on the tour, there's obviously that in terms of work ethic, their approach, their sort of, I suppose, commitment to technique and that sort of thing. Did you notice anything there that you felt, I suppose, was either different or to either the European or American games?
Very, very, very seriously. Focus a lot on technique. They love the range. They don't make mistakes. I don't know if I would say the Americans probably have more fun with it. For example, when you go to America and you're playing on tours or mini tours, like girls are like super like friendly, like would say hi to another girl on the other side of the fairway, like, "Oh my God, I love your outfit." Like really, like you're very single-minded, I guess is what you'd say. Yeah.
Cool. And is there a reason why you're no longer playing on the Chinese LPGA tour now?
Yeah, because of COVID.
Oh, okay. So effectively, you'd have still been playing on that tour had it not been for the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's honestly such a shame.
It is, because COVID is so annoying. So if there was no such thing as COVID, I'd probably be, what month is it? I'd probably be over there now playing. Otherwise, I'd be preparing for the Australian tour, which is from January till March, and travel. You have to limit your travels down to pretty much one country and just spend your time there, which is going to be America for me in about 6 months' time.